but he's just whipped it through the leg side. Fantastic shot. And now the celebrations are starting. You can hear the South Africans. They are firmly believing.
$10 to win. Just that, just 10. Again through the onside. This won't make it to the fence. He's going along the ground. They may get 3. Markram will look for that. He'll do it with ease. There's some very famous South African faces in this crowd, around this ground, who have endured so much pain. Look at him down there. Graham Smith, he's been such an integral part of South African cricket for so long, now in administration. How satisfying for him. We're down to 7.
It's made an impressive part as well. I mean, there's a lot of people who said, well, how did they get through to the final? It's going to be, if it is, the 8th victory in a row. 8 test matches on the bounce that this team has put together in order to get here and now hopefully get over the line.
And similar to the graphic that we showed you yesterday as well, it's all about the batting resources in this record run chase. Second highest ever.
How about AB de Villiers, eh? We had him up here on commentary on the first morning, and he was so into this test match and has been sitting there in that seat for so long, just trying to live the moment. There he is. Give us a wave, AB. Come on, boy, you're not far away.
He's had a good couple of weeks. Watched his team RCB for the first time in 18 years get the title, and then travelled over here with his boys for a bit of father and son time, and then watched this historic chase. Not a bad couple of weeks, Smithy.
Brilliant couple of weeks. Another single. Everyone a little gold nugget at this point. Now just one hit to win. One hit, Polly, to break the drought.
Yeah, as mentioned, it's been 34 long years, Smithy. It's obviously well documented around the world. RCC events, South Africa have not been able to get over the line.
One ball to come for Hazlewood. 6 required. Is that a really good piece of fielding? Of course it is. In fact, he's out. He's out. My goodness me, it was so slow motion, so low key. Markram is out. Been beautifully taken. Unbelievable. And all the Australians to a man have gone to him. All of them.
Yeah, it's a sad moment. He would have loved to have been there to knock off the final runs, but what an innings. It can't take away from this 136 that he's achieved. And in a funny way, it's probably even more fitting because he's going to get more applause as he walks off the ground, and applause that he thoroughly deserves. A fantastic innings by Aiden Markram. He has stood tall on the biggest stage, and he's got his team onto the brink of something special. He goes for 136. They 5 down, just 6 required. And he's getting the applause he deserves.
276 for 5. Markram goes. What a walk. Right now, he's got mixed emotions. He wanted to be there desperately at the end. So there'll be an element of frustration that he cannot do that. But he should in time, and he will in time, reflect back on this walk as something so very, very special, and why not? It was almost an anticlimax, wasn't it? It was like Australia never celebrated the dismissal. It was hard to reflect on it. At the time upstairs, it was like it was just a good piece of ground fielding.
I honestly felt like there was going to be a maximum to put on his column there for Markram. You could tell that he was wanting to go hard. But actually, Smitty, this is what I love so much about Test match cricket, when you saw that lack of celebration, but then also the maximum amount of respect. Everyone that's out there now understands how difficult this Test match has been from a batting sense. And to a man, the Aussie boys, as down as they would be, ran to him and said, mate, that is a pearl of an innings.
First chance he gave, Smithy. First chance he gave in that entire innings.
Staggeringly good. A staggeringly good knock. 136 of 207 deliveries. And still that moment. 2 slips. A 4th slip. And now it's up to Bedingham, perhaps, for that stroke of glory. 6 runs to win. I think, Polly, you better take this over. This is your time. You have it.
There's a lot to go here still, Smithy. There's a lot of shots that can be played. We don't have to get ready to wax lyrical just yet. But this was the moment where Markram's innings came to an end. Just trying to be expansive. He felt like they were in with range. He had taken the responsibility to get them to a certain point, and he felt that even if he got out now, it was fine. His team were going to be successful, and that's why he tried to become a little bit more expansive.
Well, that's what the game is about at the end of the day. That's total respect, and Test cricket brings that out in you. Haydos is saying, I think he's going to get, he wants to finish this with 1. The big 6.
And a quick single charging through, Bedingham off strike. It's been cheered by all the South Africans in the crowd. It's now down to 5.
I agree with Polly. Just don't get into your lounge chair too quick, Ian Smith. Called some of the biggest moments in the game across all formats. The listeners want to hear the world-class callers in a big moment like this, Smitty. We're happy to share your stage, but this is you, my friend.
It's not. Honestly, this is a moment that's, I mean, you've had them every time you've played, Haydos. For these South African people, their nation, it's much, much bigger than that.
Well, we heard Temba Bavuma talk so passionately about the challenges through various packages that we've been able to bring and put together for you at home. And just what it does mean. A challenge country, a country which comes together significantly by its sport, Polly. We'll never forget the historic victories in the World Cup rugbies. Moment, going right back to my first tour in 1994 when Mandela, as a president, was bringing the country together through its passion of sport. Rugby, cricket was there.
And if you look at some of the personnel, not the star-studded sides of years gone by, but they've got together, they've united as a team, and they've found a way. No edge on that one, not a repeat of what we saw from Rickleton.
Just closing the gap, Smitty. You know, the country itself, and this is what it does mean. Sport is that glue.
Be glued to the TVs, there's no doubt. As we say, it's a Saturday, so A lot of people are out watching their kids play their own sport. Everyone in our country loves their sport. Smith's out there, he's waiting to go do some interviews and take in the applause.
Looking really thirsty in the sun.
You can feel that he's nervous. Kyle Verreynne trying to finish it as quickly as he can.
Yeah, it's interesting actually from Verreynne's point of view. There was a time he probably thought he would be able to sit up there and just take it all in with his mates, his teammates. It's the backup group which is so substantial these days around cricket teams, sporting teams in fact, that now you find yourself out there, you've got to maintain that mindset. There's still a job to do. Part of history maybe. A single to contribute to it. It is now a case of just one single boundary, 278 for 5 if you want to leave us. And for those that don't, you're the wise ones. This is such a magical moment for South African sport. It's a magical moment for the game of cricket actually as well.
Yeah, you know what it's like, Smithy. In New Zealand have been here, they've done it, got the t-shirt.
Didn't quite get the t-shirt. I got a couple of t-shirts, but they didn't say the right things. Four to one. Here we go, Hazlewood. Rugby World Cups. Polly, you're a big rugby man. So many great moments in South African sport over the years. Where does this rate?
I'm not going to even begin to compare what it means from a rugby perspective. From a cricket perspective, it's huge. As we say, we've played good test cricket over the years, but there's never been the case of an RCC final. And with the history that's gone on, and the lack of success at the final line, this is massive for the South Africans.
In the backdrop of this as well, Australia was red hot favourites. So this is a genuine case of the underdog getting into a position where they've done everything they possibly can with ball, Polly in hand. South Africa were brilliant even before this batting innings. That's why they're here.
Well, Pat Cummins is bringing everyone up now because he's just going to make it harder to eke it out. My mind goes back to '83 World Cup. India beating the West Indies. That was a boil over. I'm not sure this is quite as big a boil over, but it's going to happen. Graham Smith on the boundary, Sean Pollock upstairs, A.B. de Villiers in the stands, so many more that have contributed to South African cricket around this ground. This could be the moment.
Okay, sit down.
Well, it's 4 minutes to lunch. They wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, there definitely used to be the common sense rule coming out, yes, Smithy, if it does take that time.
2 to win, Hazelwood. Rodena on strike.
The good thing is there's not any restricted amount of deliveries. He can take his time. But the crowd are amped. They want it to come to an end. They want to start the celebrations.
Two years of Test cricket. Nations all around the world. Comes down to this. The scores are tied. It's 281 for 5. Temba Bavuma. What a moment for Temba Bavuma. Dreams are made. Bigger than dreams for Bavuma. We've heard him throughout this test. That home dressing room will rock like it's England, but it isn't. One run for glory.
They're in tight. There's no easy singles here, Smithy.
There's no easy test match win. Never had one of those. Polly, when it comes to a Test World Championship final, it just doesn't get any bigger an occasion. It doesn't get any more historic as a venue. It doesn't get more important as a crowd and as a nation. This is something which is just phenomenal.
Goes for the paddle. He goes for the paddle. They're appealing. They don't have a review. Carey heard something. That would have been fitting, Smithy, in the modern way to take them to victory with a ramp.
Oh, can you believe that? Can you believe this drama about one incy-wincy little run? Some people saying they heard something in our group. Was there a touch? Was there anything? Oh no, no review. No review. Oh, let's have some drama right at the end, shall we?
The 2024 T20 World Cup. And on a sunny day.
That one swinging in, missing the leg stump. Rodena just desperate to get the ball away and start the celebrations.
Fathers with sons, grandfathers with sons and grandsons, generations, look at them. Generations. It's Father's Day tomorrow. It's Father's Day today if you're a South African.
Rodena does the honours and South Africa make history. The ultimate test, the ultimate result for the Proteas. The raw emotion, the jubilation takes over on the field, in the grandstands, in the dressing rooms. Years in the waiting. The ultimate stage to play a test match here at Lord's, the ultimate arena. The biggest opposition in Australia. They've given us so much heartache over the years. But now, the exclamation mark of an ICC event, they've stood tall and ended up victorious. They'll be singing, they'll be dancing in the streets of South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. They will be very proud of this Proteas unit. Class of 2025, they've stood tall and they are the ICC Test champions.
Does that not look good? Champions. Does that not look good? And how important those three faces to this collective performance. Let's get down to ground level. Let's get some atmosphere, some immediate feeling. Here's Kevin Peterson.
Yeah, what a game. What an unbelievable game, Carl. The emotion. Please tell us about the emotion right now.
I'm just relieved. I was sitting there watching the morning session, just thinking, please, I don't want to go bat. I don't want to go bat. Obviously, Aiden did beautifully, but when I walked out to the middle, it's probably the most nervous I've been. Had my partner with me. Managed to get over the line. Incredible.
And Aiden obviously set it up. Temba set it up. How did it feel for you coming out to bat this morning?
Amazing. I think obviously nervous, but I think the way that Aiden and Temba went about it, it made us calm. So, I mean, I didn't feel calm going into the innings, but just thank goodness we got over the line.
And the wicket to bat on yesterday and today, a lot easier than day one and day two.
I think so. I think the sun plays a massive factor here, and I think obviously we got lucky of the conditions, but I mean we'll take it.
What does this mean to South Africa?
It means a lot. I mean, you can listen to the whole ground singing. We were on our way back last night to the hotel, and you see the guys in the streets singing songs. It's incredible. Probably get a bit emotional now because obviously I had a tough time as South African cricketers. Yeah, it's incredible.
Rugby's done it before. It's now cricket's turn.
It's amazing. I think it's been 27 years, but I'm so thankful we got over the line, and I'm so thankful for everyone watching here and back home, obviously.
Brilliant. Well, boys, thank you so much. I'll head up to the boys back upstairs, and Graham Smith, I know, is looking for another player.
We'll get back down to ground level. We promise you that. We're going to get every single bit of emotion out of the South African team that we possibly can. Those fans, this is going to be some Saturday in London and all around the world where South Africans live these days. There will be such feeling about these particular shots and this particular piece of brilliance. There he is, Aiden Markram. Never ever forget Aiden Markram's performance in this test match. With the height of sporting pressure on his shoulders, he withstood it, he took it. He fought back against the best in the world to make his team assume that mantle.
Yeah, I mean, you're always looking to compare test knocks and the significance and the relevance and the extent of what has been achieved. But on this stage, the biggest stage, to have produced that when the pressure was on, just simply remarkable and something I'm sure he'll cherish for the rest of his career.